The Chicago Bears may have just delivered one of the most dominant preseason performances in recent memory with their 38-0 win over the Buffalo Bills. But behind the scenes, the story is shifting toward general manager Ryan Poles and the potential moves he could make before the start of the regular season. With injuries piling up and key weaknesses exposed in certain position groups, Poles is once again being linked to possible trades that could reshape the Bears roster and elevate this team from an intriguing young squad into a legitimate contender in the NFC North. This past week, multiple reports confirmed that the Cincinnati Bengals are exploring trade offers for defensive end Trey Hendrickson after contract extension talks broke down. Hendrickson, who led the NFL in sacks last season, is one of the league's most disruptive edge rushers, and it didn't take long for the Chicago Bears to be mentioned as a team with interest. When you think about the idea of pairing Hendrickson opposite Montez Sweat, the Bears' pass rush could instantly transform from solid to terrifying. Sweat has already proven himself as a Pro Bowl caliber force, but as every defensive coordinator will tell you, having two elite rushers changes everything. Quarterbacks can no longer slide protection to one side. Offensive coordinators are forced to keep tight ends and running backs in to block. And suddenly your entire defense benefits because coverage doesn't have to hold up as long. For a Bears team that struggled at times to generate consistent pressure outside of Sweat, Hendrickson would be the kind of difference maker that turns good defenses into championship caliber ones. Now, of course, trading for a player of Hendrickson's caliber would not come cheap. The Bengals will likely demand premium draft compensation, and any acquiring team would need to be ready to negotiate a massive new contract extension. But this is where Ryan Poles' track record comes into play. Bears fans have seen how Poles has used trades to reshape the foundation of this team. DJ Moore came via trade. Montez Sweat came via trade. Caleb Williams himself and the pick that turned into Darnell Wright were secured through Poles' ability to maximize value in deals. He's proven to be aggressive but also strategic, and with the Bears' draft capital and financial flexibility, this could be one of those calculated swings that sets the tone for the next several years. But Hendrickson isn't the only name floating around. On the offensive side, the Washington Commanders have reportedly made running back Brian Robinson Jr. available. Robinson is a tough, physical back who has scored 17 touchdowns over the past 2 seasons. The Bears' running back room has been tested early in camp with injuries to Rashawn Johnson and others. And while rookie Kyle Monangai shows promise, this is not a position you want to go into the regular season with uncertainty. Ben Johnson's offense thrives when there is balance, when the quarterback doesn't have to carry the entire load, and having a reliable runner like Robinson could stabilize the ground game. Unlike Hendrickson, Robinson would likely come at a much lower price, both in draft capital and salary, making him an appealing fit if Poles wants to shore up depth without a massive long-term commitment. One of the most fascinating subplots in all of this is how Poles might generate the flexibility to pull off these potential trades. Over the past week, backup quarterback Tyson Bagent has been a hot topic around the league. Bagent has once again shown poise and growth in preseason action, and several quarterback-needy teams are reportedly monitoring his availability. For a general manager like Poles, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you want, turning an undrafted free agent who you developed into a possible trade asset that could bring back a mid-round draft pick. And with Caleb Williams locked in as the franchise quarterback, Case Keenum providing veteran insurance, and Austin Reed developing in the background, the Bears are one of the rare teams with the quarterback depth to make a move. Whether it's Bagent, Keenum, or even Reed, Chicago has options, and those options could help Poles strengthen other areas of the roster. We also can't ignore the timing here. Chicago faces Kansas City in their final preseason game, and then rosters must be finalized by August 30th. That's an 8-day window where teams around the league scramble to fill holes, adjust depth charts, and cut down to 53. This is when Poles has historically been at his most active. In 2 of his 3 years as general manager, he has made significant trades either late in preseason or during the season itself. Given how many rumors are linking the Bears to potential moves, it wouldn't be a surprise if he pulls off another deal in the coming days. For Bears fans, all of this is incredibly encouraging
because it signals something very clear. Ryan Poles is not content with just being competitive. He sees the window that is opening with Caleb Williams on a rookie contract, with Ben Johnson bringing fresh innovation on offense, and with the defense that already has foundational pieces. He knows that every move made now can accelerate the timeline from rebuilding to winning. If Poles is able to land Hendrickson, the Bears' defense becomes instantly elite. If he's able to add Robinson Jr., the running game becomes stable and versatile. And if he can extract value from trading a backup quarterback while still keeping depth, that's the mark of a front office operating at a very high level. It's important to also remember that not every rumor leads to a move. Poles will not overpay. He has built credibility by being disciplined, whether in free agency, trades, or the draft. But what these rumors tell us is that the Bears are no longer the passive franchise we used to see during past regimes. They are aggressive, they are forward-thinking, and they are not afraid to make bold moves to compete with the best in the league. As Chicago fans, it's hard not to get excited about what's unfolding. After years of frustration, years of mediocrity, this feels different. The Bears have a young star quarterback who just looked like the real deal in his preseason debut. They have a head coach who's being praised across the league for his offensive creativity and leadership. And now they have a general manager who is exploring every avenue to give this roster the firepower it needs to make noise in 2025. So as we look ahead to the final preseason matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs and then the Monday Night Football season opener against the Minnesota Vikings, one question lingers. Will Ryan Poles pull the trigger on a blockbuster move? Will he give Bears fans another reason to believe this team is ready not just to compete, but to win? One thing is certain, Chicago is in good hands. The foundation is strong, the vision is clear, and the future is bright. And if Poles does land one of these trades, the Bears could quickly shift from being a team with potential to being a team that nobody wants to face. This is the Bear Down Report, and now I want to hear from you. Should Ryan Poles make an aggressive move for Trey Hendrickson, or is Brian Robinson Jr. the smarter target? Do you believe Tyson Bagent should be traded for assets or kept as insurance behind Caleb Williams? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like button if you're excited about where this team is headed, and subscribe to the channel for daily Bears coverage as we march closer to the regular season. Bear down, Chicago.